The extreme heat and drought affecting large parts of Europe this summer could erase much of the economic growth expected across the region, potentially shaving around 1% off the European Union's GDP, according to a report by Dutch bank Triodos.
네덜란드 은행 트리오도스는 최근 보고서를 통해 올여름 유럽 대부분 지역을 강타한 극심한 폭염과 가뭄이 이 지역 경제 성장 전망을 상당 부분 잠식하면서 이로 인해 유럽연합 국내 총생산이 1%가량 감소할 수 있다고 전망했습니다. We keep on hearing negative news coming from Europe. The droughts, the weather, people being affected by the extreme heat, now the economy.
Yeah, and the economy itself is being affected by the heat, and you might wonder, how is the heat affecting the economy?
Yeah.
The biggest thing is because it's so hot, it's making working conditions for some of the employees unsafe.
Right.
And because of that, they're not as productive in the work they should be getting done, because people aren't able to work because it's too hot. So it becomes dangerous for employees to be as efficient as they need to. So they're expecting that it might cut the GDP by 0.6%, which is actually significant. So the summer heat, obviously, like you mentioned, it's affecting a lot of different things, and now it's the workforce as well.
Right. Because we were talking about people dying in masses in France, and if people it's hot enough that people are dying, then of course it is going to affect people's working conditions.
Yeah, and speaking of France, they actually are expected to be the country that is affected the hardest. Their GDP is expected to be sliced 1.4% compared to the 0.6% average. So, definitely France is going to feel this more than the other nations.
Other countries.
Yeah.
프랑스 영향이 아마 가장 클 것이라고 얘기를 하는데, 그 극심한 폭염, 가뭄 가운데 그 올해 번 돈의 대부분인 약 294조 원 규모의 어마어마한 경제적 손실을 입을 수 있다, 이런 보고서인데요. 그 더위 때문에 일의 효율이 떨어지고 또 농작물 수확량도 줄어드는 데다가 또 물이 말라서 독일의 라인강이나 영국의 템스강 같은 주요 강들의 배가 다니지 못할 지경에 이르렀기 때문에 이런 경제적인 손실이 일어나고 있다는 이야기입니다. So they're saying that the heat and the drought, it could affect the economic growth and the economic conditions of Europe.
Yeah, and even the agricultural production as well, they're expecting that to shrink by 3 to 7% as well. So even when it comes to, delivering food and produce to the local economy as well as for exporting outwards,
right,
it's going to affect that as well. So yeah, once again, the heat playing a big role in this.
Right. So affect라는 말은 뭔가 영향을 미치다, 타격을 주다, 이런 의미로 쓰였죠.
Yeah, when we're using the word affect, it's talking about how something might change or alter the outcome of something in terms of the end result. And often people get affect with an A confused with effect or effect with an E.
Right.
And a way to remember it is that A is an action word. It's a verb. And E is a noun, the effect, that's the end result of something, what has happened at the end of it. So there's an acronym that people will use, RAVEN. Remember, affect is a verb, E is effect is a noun. So if we use that to remember, okay, the verb version is with an A, the E version is with a noun, then we'll kind of remember, is it an action or is it a result?
잘 이게 그러니까 원어민들도 굉장히 헷갈리는 부분인데요. affect하고 effect하고 어떤 걸 써야 될지 헷갈릴 때 지금 제이슨 선생님께서 말씀하신 raven 기억하라, remember. A, affect는 verb. verb. It's a verb. 동사고 effect, e로 시작하는 effect는 noun이다. 기억을 하시면 되겠습니다. 좋은 방법이네요.
Yeah.
다음에 shave라는 표현이 쓰였는데 it said that potentially shaving around 1% of the European Union's GDP. So shave라는 표현은 뭔가 깎아낸다 이런 의미로 쓰였죠.
Yeah, that's right. It's something that's being cut, but typically when we use it, it's going to be a small amount or a small percentage. So it's not like you're not shaving 30%. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
some people might use it that way, but it's typically, like it mentions here, it's a 1% amount that they're talking about. And when you physically shave, like, I'll shave in the morning, and it's a small amount of, your stubble
그쵸.
or hair, your facial hair that you're cutting or trimming. So you're not like, taking big chunks off the hair off your head.
맞죠.
It's like a very, very small amount. So in the same sort of way, when you're shaving something off figuratively, then it's a small amount that you're cutting off of a larger chunk.
네, 막 머리를 이만큼 자르는데 shave 한다고 하진 않잖아요.
Yeah.
그러니까 조금 작은 양을 잘라낼 때 shave라는 표현을 써서 비즈니스 이런 상황에서는 좀 미세하게 깎아낸다. 이렇게 1% 요렇게 작은 amount 좀 깎아낸다, 줄인다 이럴 때 shave라는 표현을 쓰고 cut이라는 표현은 조금 더 큰 수치를 잘라내거나 깎아낼 때 쓰이는 것 같습니다.
If you think of the summer treat that we probably are all eating right now, the patbingsu,
Yeah.
right? When it's described in English, a lot of people call it shaved ice.
Right.
Because when they cut the ice, they're not taking big chunks
Right.
of it.
잘라내는 건 아니죠.
Yeah,
네.
you're shaving it really, really thin.
그쵸.
So
갈아내는 거죠.
think of how they make patbingsu when you think about
맞아요.
shave.
shaved ice, 팥빙수, 빙수, 얼음을 이렇게 얇게 갈아내는 것처럼 수치도 좀 그렇게 생각하면 될 것 같습니다. 이렇게 큰 숫자가 아니라 작은 조그만 숫자, 미세하게 깎아내는 거 이런 걸 얘기를 하는 겁니다. 제가 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. The extreme heat and drought affecting large parts of Europe this summer could erase much of the economic growth expected across the region, potentially shaving around 1% off the European Union's GDP, according to a report by Dutch bank Triodos. Okay, let's move on to the next headline.
Maximum airport wait times in Europe surged significantly in July, climbing to up to 2 hours due to biometric processing delays from the EU's new entry-exit system.
유럽연합의 새로운 국경 출입국 시스템에 생체 정보 등록 절차가 추가되면서 지난 7월 유럽 주요 공항의 대기 시간이 크게 늘어나 최장 2시간에 달할 것으로 나타났습니다. Well, if anyone is traveling, this is something they might want to keep in mind.
Absolutely, in Europe. And this has actually been in effect for quite some time. It started in April 10th of this year. So it's been, 4 or 5 months that they've been using this new entry-exit system. And because of this, the delays have basically doubled at Germany's Frankfurt airport from 60 minutes to 120 minutes. Amsterdam's airport went from 80 to 120 minutes, and Munich, it's been 31 to 60 minutes. So for the most part, almost double that it's been causing in terms of delays because of this new system.
Yeah. So 유럽으로 신혼여행을 간다든지 여행을 가시는 분들은 꼭 알아두셔야 하는 주의사항이죠. 보안을 강화하기 위해서 지문과 얼굴 사진 같은 생체 정보, biometrics, 등록하는 이 새로운 입국 시스템을 도입을 했는데 이 때문에 Frankfurt Airport, Schiphol Airport 이런 주요 공항들의 입국 대기 시간이 작년에 비해서 한 2배 이상 더 길어졌다고 하는데 사람들이 또 여름 휴가 시즌이니까 더 많이 몰리고 이것도 시간이 더 걸리고 그러니까 이 점점 더 길어져서 어떤 때는 막 6시간까지 걸린다고 하네요.
And on top of that, with the delay, because of these extra delays from this new system, they've actually kind of been allowing some people to get by without using the system. Because if there are some sort of delays or they're having some software problems or computer issues, then they're realizing that the lines are becoming so long that people might miss their flight.
Yeah.
So because of that, they're saying, okay, there's kind of a bring-in period where they're allowed to get people past it without using it. The problem is that expires on September the 6th. So on September the 6th, this, allowance that is supposed to end. So countries are saying to the European Commission, we need an extension because otherwise, if on September, we're not going to be ready for this, and delays would even take longer at that point. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks.
그래서 지금도 이렇게 길고 막 사람들 몰리고 그러면은 6시간까지 걸리고 그래서 조금 그래 뭐 비행기 놓치고 그럴 상황이면은 좀 이거 바이파스하고 지나갈 수 있게 조금 유예를 해줬었는데 이것조차 9월 6일 에 되면은 이제 expire 한다고 하는 거죠. 그래서 지금 조금 이 상황을 봐야 할 것 같네요. 어떻게 될지. 아이고.
Hopefully they get an extension to make that a little bit longer.
조금 연장을 해주셔야 될 것 같습니다. 네, 그러면 한번 표현 볼게요. maximum이라는 표현이 있었습니다. 뭐 최대, 최고치의 이런 표현이죠?
Yeah, maximum is the biggest or largest amount of something that is usually possible.
네, 뭐 그 max라는 표현으로도 그냥 쓰죠. max, min, minimum, maximum. 반대말은 minimum이죠. 다음에 이 생체 정보 얘기할 때 biometric processing delays라는 표현이 쓰였어요.
So biometric is kind of bio and metric being brought together. Bio meaning like living things, metric meaning the measurement of things. So what this means is the measurement of parts of your body for usually identification purposes. So you think of at the airport when you get your fingerprints scanned or when they do like a facial recognition test.
And it's pull your hat up.
Yeah, or like, they'll look at your iris in your eye to identify that it's you. So it's these are the things that they use to identify people, but at the same time, these are the things that are making these lineups so long because they're glitching and stuff like that.
Right. So processing 그러면 여기서 이제 뭔가를 인식하는 거 그걸 얘기를 하는 건데 이게 자꾸 이걸 처리를 하는 데 있어서 지연이 된다 이런 얘기겠죠. Biometric processing delays. 네, 그러면 제가 한번 다시 읽어보겠습니다. Maximum airport wait times in Europe surged significantly in July, climbing up to 2 hours due to biometric processing delays from the EU's new entry-exit system. Okay, let's move on to the final headline.
New York City sanitation workers miraculously retrieved a set of 4-generation heirloom diamond rings after intercepting a collection truck and sifting through 9 tons of garbage before it reached a transfer station.
4대째 내려온 가문의 유산인 다이아몬드 반지 한 쌍이 분실됐다는 신고에 뉴욕시 환경미화원들이 쓰레기 수거 트럭을 환적장에 도착하기 전에 멈춰 세우고 9톤에 달하는 쓰레기를 샅샅이 뒤진 끝에 이를 기적적으로 찾아냈습니다. A miracle.
Yeah, and certainly, a diamond that's been passed down through 4 generations, maybe beyond the value that it might have, it's just something that's so much more valuable to that individual person. So great to see that they were able to retrieve it for that person.
Yes, definitely. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine losing something like this.
Oh gosh, yeah. Exactly. And very much could have happened.
Yeah. And I was amazed to hear that it was 9 tons of garbage, but they were able to find it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, very quickly. And from their vantage point, thank goodness.
Thank goodness, right?
Yeah. If that had taken like 6 hours as you're rummaging through garbage to find it, I guess by then you would have been like even happier. But at the same time, just to find it as quickly as they did and that they found it at all.
네.
Great job.
그 9톤이 되는 쓰레기였는데도 불구하고 10분 만에 기적적으로 반지를 찾는데 성공을 했는데 그 비결이 바로 그러니까 쓰레기 그 트럭이 집을 이제 떠나면서 바로 버렸구나 해가지고 바로 연락을 해서 그래서 다행히 바로 찾을 수 있는데 도움이 됐다고 해요. 그리고 한국에서는 만약에 이런 일이 생기면 다산 콜센터에 전화를 하시면 된다고 합니다.
Yeah, there's been a lot of this happening lately because I think last week or the week before, we did a story about someone, I think it was in Italy, that had thrown away his lottery ticket. The winning 1 million euro lottery ticket.
찾아야죠.
And they found it. So it seems that people have been mistakenly throwing away very valuable items, but the big positive story in the end is that they have been found.
네, 날씨가 더워서 그런가 봐요. 네, 그래서 이 트럭을 he was able to intercept it, right? 가로막았다. 뭐 이런 뜻이죠.
Yeah, to intercept something is when something is going from point A to point B, someone or something gets in between that passage to either prevent someone from getting to its final destination or, to stop them. And we use this, when I think of this word, the first thing that comes to mind is sports.
Yes.
And it's American football because when the quarterback throws the ball, then if the other team catches the ball, then we call that an interception.
Interception.
So you're getting in the way, you're preventing the intended receiver from catching the ball because you caught the ball instead.
그렇죠. 그러니까 그 미식축구에서 던졌을 때 상대방 팀이 중간에서 가로챘을 때 interception. 그러니까 무언가 목적지에 도달하기 전에 중간에서 가로채거나 차단하거나 가로막다 뭐 이런 뜻이 되겠고요. 그 다음에 그 쓰레기를 they sifted through it.
Sifted through meaning you have a large amount of something, but you're looking for something small in there. So you're kind of trying to take this big amount. You're throwing all these things that you don't need out of the way in order to find something that you do want. And this is something that I'll hear a lot in cooking.
Yes.
Because you typically when you're baking especially, you want to sift your flour. What does that mean? It means you have your flour, you put it through a little mesh strainer, and as you tap that, the flour unclumps because sometimes it's clumped together and it can kind of get messy when you're cooking if you have balls of flours around. The other time that you'll hear it a little bit is if you're sifting for gold. So if if you ever pan for gold, then you put a pan that put some sand in there and you're kind of trying to get the dirt away so the heavier gold remains at the bottom of the pan. So you're kind of looking for something in this bigger amount.
맞아요. 그 요리할 때 그 뭉텅이 덩어리진 것들을 좀 고르게 하기 위해서 채로 거르다 이럴 때도 많이 쓰이고 저희 본문과 같은 경우에는 샅샅이 뒤지다 이럴 때 쓰이는 표현 sift 였습니다. 스펠링은 SIFT입니다. 제가 한번 다시 읽어보겠습니다. New York City sanitation workers miraculously retrieved a set of 4-generation heirloom diamond rings after intercepting a collection truck and sifting through 9 tons of garbage before it reached a transfer station. 지금까지 뉴스캐스터 제이슨과 함께 오늘의 헤드라인 자세히 살펴봤습니다.